I'm going to start off at the book of Proverbs chapter 30. Proverbs chapter 30 verse 4. Read.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended?
Okay. Who have ascended up into heaven or descended from heaven. Okay, this is talking about one person. Okay, read it again.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended?
Again, this is talking about one person because you can find a few people in the history of the nation of Israel that have ascended up into heaven. The scriptures talk about Enoch, how he was taken, how he didn't die, and he was taken because he walked with God and he was not. He has ascended up into heaven. Elijah the prophet has ascended up into heaven and was taken. Read it again.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended?
But whoever went into heaven and came back. Let's read it again.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended?
Okay, so again, before my concentration was broken, the one that is only one person that ascended up into heaven and came down from heaven. Do everybody understand that? Let's go to the book of Ephesians chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4 in verse 10. We're going to start there. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 10. Read it.
He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens.
Okay, so this is talking about one person, right? Read it again.
He that descended,
he that came down from heaven, read on,
is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens.
Is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens. You could go in the scriptures and you could hear certain prophets talking about the third heaven, that you know that there's different planes, different dimensions. He that descended is the same also that ascended far above all heavens, which means he went back into the kingdom of heaven, which is far above our heaven, outer space, which is also heaven, far above those things. Let's go back to Proverbs chapter 30 verse 4. I shouldn't be getting no static either. Proverbs 30 and 4. Come on.
Who have ascended up into heaven.
Read on.
Or descended.
Who have what?
Descended.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended. Again, we all know the answer to that question, or we all should know. But we're going to get the scriptures to give all those answers. Let's go to the book of St. John chapter 16. St. John chapter 16. Alejandro, go in there and get the white mic out, please. I don't know why I'm getting feedback from this mic. St. John chapter 16 verse 4. Read.
But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them.
Okay, read on.
And these things I said unto you at the beginning, because I was with you.
Because I was with you. So these things I told you, and these things I have told you when the time, so that when the time shall come, you will remember that I told you of them. Read on.
Because I was with you.
And you pick up from where I left off. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. Read on.
But now I go my way to him that sent me.
I go my way to him that sent me. Okay, so again, he's letting you know he's going back to the Father. Read on.
And none of you asketh me, whither goest thou?
And none of you asking me whither I go. Let's jump to verse 28. Read verse 28.
I came forth from the Father.
So he's telling you that he descended, that he came from the Father. Read on.
And am come into the world.
So he descended from heaven. Read on.
Again, I leave the world and go to the Father.
And he's ascending to heaven. So we know again, who is this? Who is this, everybody?
Jesus Christ.
Who is this, everybody?
Jesus Christ.
Say it louder.
Jesus Christ.
Read on.
His disciples said unto him, Lo, now speakest thou plainly.
Read on.
And speakest no proverb.
Okay, so now we know the answer to that question that Solomon posed. Let's go back to Proverbs chapter 30. Let's go back to Proverbs chapter 30. That he said himself that it was him. Proverbs chapter 30 verse 4. Read it.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended?
Answer that question, everybody.
Jesus Christ.
Answer that question, everybody.
Jesus Christ.
Read it one more time.
Who have ascended up into heaven or descended?
Answer that question, everybody. Answer that question, everybody. Read on.
Or who have gathered the wind in his fist?
Or what?
Who have gathered the wind in his fist?
Or who? Now you got to wait on the answers to these questions. Or who have gathered the wind in his fists? Everybody make a fist. Okay. The wind. That's he had gathered the wind in his fists. Everybody see that? Okay. He had a closed fist with the wind in it. Okay. As soon as he opened his hand, the wind was let loose. Everybody got that? He had a closed fist with the wind in it. Everybody got that, right? When did this happen? When he first created the wind. When he first created the wind, he had to control it. Right? Right? Some of y'all look lost. When he first created the wind, he didn't just say, let there be wind, okay? Okay, when he created the wind, he created it in a closed fist. Everybody got that? He created it. I need help up here. I got stuff falling. He created it in a closed fist because it had to be controlled. Because the wind is what? The wind is constantly moving. Everybody understand that? Everybody got that? Now we're not just talking when we talk about the wind. No, put it on my put it over there. When we talk about the wind, what are we talking about? We're talking about all winds. That means hurricane winds, a cool breeze, all that was in his fist. Everybody got that, right? So when he opened up his fist, the hurricanes came out. A cool breeze came out. Like every possible wind you could imagine was created in his fist. Everybody understand that? Everybody got that, right? Okay, again, why in a closed fist? Because the wind is constantly moving. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Ecclesiastes is the only Ecclesiastes in the Bible. There's an Ecclesiasticus. Sometimes people get it confused. That one is in the Apocrypha. So the details of this stuff is because it's just basically show you can't make this stuff up, okay? Who's going to think that up? He created the wind in a closed fist. Like, who's going to think that up? Only a person that witnesses the truth can be able to say that. Because, again, what do we know about the wind? The wind does not stop moving. So when you create it, if you're going to be the creator of it, you got to be able to control it. You got to keep it enclosed. Everybody got that? Everybody got that? Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 6. Read.
The wind goeth forth.
No, see, the brother got to learn. See, you got to read. You got to be with me, okay? When I say, if I say the wind keeps moving, and then the first thing you read is the wind goeth, you focus on the wind goeth. Right? That's a verb, right? Right? Read it again.
The wind goeth.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, read it one more time.
The wind goeth.
Read on.
Toward the south.
Read on.
And turneth about unto the north.
Read on.
It whirleth about.
Read it again.
It whirleth about.
Read on.
Continually.
What?
Continually.
What?
Continually.
Read on.
And the wind returneth again according to his circuit.
Okay, so the wind is just constantly going. Everybody understand that? Everybody understand that? So now we understand the true statement. Let's go back to Proverbs chapter 30, verse 4. We see this is a true statement. When the wind was created, it had to be controlled. It had to be held. Proverbs 30 and 4. Read.
Who hath ascended up into heaven?
Read on.
Or descended? Or who have gathered the wind in his fist?
Yeah, you pick up from where we left off unless I say read it again. Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Everybody understand that? So we understand now with that understanding why it says that. Do everybody understand that? Everybody got that, right? Let's go now. Let's get the answer to who that is. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 8. Matthew chapter 8 and verse 26. We're going to start at verse 26. Matthew chapter 8 verse 26. Read. And he said unto them, when you catch up, let me know. And he said unto them, why are you fearful? Y'all can read the rest of this story later. You're going to find out that they was in a ship. They was on the sea. A hurricane came down. The winds was going all over the place, shaking the ship all over the place. They thought that they were going to die. The scriptures tell you that waters was all up in the ship. The hurricane winds was all over the place. And he said unto them, why are you fearful? Because through all this, Christ remained calm and he remained asleep. Y'all go read that story when you get home, okay? Some homework. Read on.
O ye of little faith.
Okay, he said, if I'm here with you, what do you got to be afraid of? What do you mean we die? I'm the one that gave you life. How are you afraid of some tribulations? You afraid of this wind that I created? Even though it's some hurricane winds, 125 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour. Wind that will pick you up and throw you a couple of miles. Wind that uproot trees and shoot it like missiles. Read on.
Then he arose.
Then he what?
Arose.
Read on.
And rebuked the winds.
And then he arose and rebuked the winds. That means he yelled at the winds for making them afraid. Everybody understand that? Then he arose and rebuked the winds in the sea, and there was a great calm. Everybody understand that? When you got to read the way I'm reading, okay? If you don't, I'm going to have to read for myself. Then there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, what manner of man is this? Everybody got that? Y'all with me so far? That even the winds and the seas do what? Do what? Do what? Obey him. He got gathered the winds in his fist. Who is this, everybody? Who is this, everybody? Let's go back to Proverbs 30 and 4 and let's pick up from where we left off. Proverbs chapter 30 and 4. Proverbs chapter 30 and 4. I see I'm going to just be annoyed tonight. I'm not going to get a clean mic. The reader ain't going to read right. The brother going to kick the mic. Satan don't want this to come out here. They're trying to annoy me up here. You know? Proverbs 30 and 4. Read.
Who have gathered the wind in his fist?
Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Everybody got that? Read it again.
Who have gathered the wind in his fist?
What's the answer to everybody? Who is that?
Jesus Christ.
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 Read it one more time.
Who have gathered the wind in his fist?
Who have done what?
Gathered the wind in his fist.
Who is that?
Jesus Christ.
Read on.
Who have bound the waters in a garment?
Now, who took the waters and put clothes on it? Answer that question. Answer that question. Read it one more time.
Who have bound the waters in a garment?
Who did what?
Bound the waters in a garment.
Who put waters in a garment? Everybody know what a garment is, right? Huh? Who put the waters in the garment? Don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. You just be guessing. The scriptures have to tell you who did that. The garment that he made for the waters, all of us know it. You just don't think about that. The garment that he made for the waters is the clouds. See that? See? 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 See that? Right. See? Actually, I'm about the waters has two garments. Okay, they got two changeable apparels. Okay, the clouds is one, and darkness is the other. Yeah, see, y'all ain't get the second one, yeah. See that? People looking at me, darkness. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 38. Job, chapter 38. Every word of God. This is again showing you that it's pure, it's true. If this was some made-up myth, fable stuff, it would make no sense. That's what made-up stuff do. Make no sense. Read in Job chapter 38, verse 1. Read that. Job chapter 38, verse 1. Read.
Then the Lord answered Job.
Then what?
The Lord answered Job.
Then who?
The Lord answered Job.
Read on.
Out of the whirlwind and said.
So all this is the Lord talking. Most of it is the Lord talking. We want to identify who's talking here. Let's get verse 8. Read.
Or who shut up the sea with doors?
Who shut up the sea with doors, meaning stop it from going? Read on.
When it break forth, as if it had issued out of the womb.
Read on.
When I made the cloud the garment thereof.
When I did what?
Made the cloud the garment thereof.
Okay, so the cloud is the garment thereof for what? For what, everybody? The waters, this is how the sea get on the earth. The waters came out of the clouds. Do everybody understand that? And rained down upon the earth. Everybody understand that?